Davy Jones makes me think of the Brady Bunch. I talked to your friend Renee Vitale, of someone who was on this podcast a couple of weeks ago. She told me that you're a huge fan of the Brady Bunch. Now, obviously, because that's something you and I share. I've seen every episode of the Brady Bunch. Davy Jones made a huge infamous appearance. And Marsha, Cam. Did that have anything to do with you being nervous with Davy Jones?
Yes. And, by then he was not a household name, but I was so thrilled whenever I'd meet any of those older stars, like Richard Marx. He was in it. I was a mess. And John Waite, I was a mess.
Oh, you got to interview John Waite. I love him.
Yeah. He was such a good guy. He was so nice. But yeah, the Davy Jones thing, that's who I grew up with. And I was really hoping he wouldn't be a jerk. And he was not. He was a perfect gentleman.
Yeah, that can always go the other way. You never know. I'm sure you've met some people who were like, that guy's a jerk or that girl's a jerk.
Many went the other way. Jamie Foxx, right when he was getting started on Ray, the movie.
Yeah.
He was still relatively an unknown. And he was the biggest jerk.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. That's too bad.
I know. I think he's mellowed out since then. But one surprise was Mickey Rooney. And he was so rude. And
he's the biggest movie star in the world.
I know. Just ask him.
It's that old Don Rickles joke. He's awesome. Just ask him. He'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. But there were a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of nice people.
In addition to interviewing a lot of people, you spent 23 years at Fox 2. Who were some of the favorite people you rubbed elbows with? You mentioned Jason. You mentioned a couple others. Who did you really enjoy working with over the years? Who were some of your favorites? Because there's been a lot of talent coming in and out of that building.
I know. I loved working with Jay Towers. He's still there. If you remember, Ron Savage was the weekend anchor.
I loved Ron Savage. I didn't know him, but I was crushed when he passed.
I know. And he was everything he appeared to be. The happiest guy I had ever met, and smart and funny, and would always say, "Hey, top job." There was no bad mood ever for him. So it was great. I loved Al Allen. Remember little Al Allen on the side of the overpass?
Yep.
I loved him. Yeah, there were so many. And I really became better friends with a lot of people behind the scenes than I really had in person, in front of the camera. So I still keep in touch with a couple of them. They're great.